Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel, and by the video title you know what this video is about. Steelers versus Falcons game preview. As you guys know, the Steelers are going to play the Falcons on Thursday. I don't know if it's the only preseason game or not. Usually they only have one on Thursday, but I will be live streaming after the game. I'm going to be doing a recap after the game review. The game review basically that I always do. I'm going to do it after the game, but this time it will be live. I was going to do a watch party of the game, but I might not be home when the game is on like that, so I might have to watch the game on my phone or something. And then when I get back, I should be back before the game ends, and then I'll do a review, but live version of it. So tune into that, guys, on Thursday. But as you guys know, the Steelers are 2-0 so far in preseason, and we have seen a lot from both sides, or actually all three phases of football. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, we've seen the special teams go out there and do their thing in the first week and the second week, and then we've seen the offense go out there and do their thing both weeks as well. Then the defense did their thing week one, but then week two defense played very good, getting 4 turnovers, and I'm just loving the way our team is looking. I'm loving the versatility to our offense and our defense, having like that the rotational guys, because last year the Steelers kind of lacked. Actually, the past 2-3 years the Steelers kind of lacked that depth. When the guy went down, the guy just went down. We didn't have anybody to step in, to fill that void. But now we have a lot more depth to the roster, to the team, and we can go out there and mix and match and put guys out there in the right position. Because at first when you only have one guy on your team or only one guy in that spot, that's the only guy you rely on. He might be good in coverage, but he's not too good in run defense. So he got to stay out there because that's the only guy you got. But when you have more depth on the roster, I can put him out there in the best spots. I'm like, oh, they in a formation, a big formation. They in 12 personnel. Let me throw out my guy who's good in run defense. But they got 4 wide. Let me go ahead and throw my guy out who can play pass coverage as well. So you can kind of mix it up and pick guys in their specialty. Put them in their best position possible, and you can actually go out there and just be confident too as well, because you're like, hey, I know I have this guy right here who plays this very well and this guy who plays this very well. So that's what I love about the Steelers too, what they've been showing in preseason. And this right here gonna be a pretty good game. I don't think the starters are playing this game most likely. We probably will not see Kenny Pickett. We're not gonna see GP, probably none of those guys. Most likely we could probably start with either Mr. Trubisky or Mason. In my opinion, I think Mason Rudolph should start right off the bat, but that's just me, because I think Mason Rudolph been showing a little bit more, well, actually a lot bit more, than what Mr. Trubisky has been showing in preseason. Trubisky, he's just too hesitant. We see a lot of like he was kind of like a deer in headlights a little bit. He'll be out there, he'll be looking and looking shocked, and he kind of like gives up a little too easily on some of the plays. Like the plays, we have a play. Sometimes some plays take time. Take time to develop down the field, and he kind of just throw a check down quick, not even look and go through the reads. If he do go through a read, he kind of just lock on one target and stare down one target instead of scanning the field. I know it's hard to scan the field, especially when the pressure getting to you, but that's the purpose of being a quarterback. He's been here for 7 seasons. It'd be different if he's a rookie or a second-year quarterback or a third-year quarterback, like very young, but he's been here for 7 years. This is 7th season. I think it's 7 or 8th season in the NFL. So you'd think he'd have a little bit more awareness for that, but he's just a little bit iffy still. But I think Mason Rudolph should get more looks, should actually be the starter, or they could rotate drive to drive like that. I think I forgot what team did that last time. They rotated drive to drive. They said, okay, he get this drive, he get that drive, and go back and forth like that. They could do that throughout the whole entire game, or give Mason the first quarter, give Mr. Trubisky the second quarter, and they both split the third quarters, and then the fourth quarter you can get it to Tanner. So they might. We'll see what they do with that. But some things I like about the Falcons, because you guys know on the game preview, I talk about both teams. I like to talk about some things I like, and things that I like, the positives on both the other side of the team as well. So the Falcons, Bijan Robinson is going to be an absolute beast. Bijan Robinson coming out, the best running back in the draft by a pretty good margin. He's very explosive, can hit that second gear very quick, very elusive, and the Falcons ran the football a lot last year. They had all those guys running, Cordarrelle Pattersons and etc. They had a lot of different running backs right there. I can't even name them all. But Cordarrelle Patterson was the driving force, and he got injured And then they had the one dude started at it's like an AG. I think it's Aguilar or something like that. He was running the running backs back there. He was solid. But getting Bijan Robinson in that system and that scheme and having them run the football, they're going to be definitely a run-dominant team. We're going to see how the Falcons can emerge. In the NFC South, I know the Saints got Derek Carr there and they got a lot of guys there too. But it's kind of still open, though. And the NFC division, conference is very much open. Of course, the Eagles, 49ers are the top two teams that you look at like are way up there. But besides that, all other spots could be open spots. And the Falcons never know they can make the playoffs. And Desmond Ridder, another guy too, who I like and a lot of potential. I think he got a lot of potential as well. In my QB tier ranking list, I put him, Kenny Pickett, and who's the pick in that list? I think him and Kenny Pickett. I put both of them, I think, in the middle of that. And Justin Fields. I put all three of them in the middle of the dark horses. I feel like it's kind of that season where you're going to see something. I see something like spectacular. We've seen some flashes from Desmond Ridder last year. Seen some flashes from Kenny Pickett last year. Justin Fields, see some flashes from him. I know Justin Fields, this is his third season, I believe. But last year, kind of like he kind of got to his own a little bit. We started seeing more and more. I think this year will be the year we see more of these guys. I think those three guys are going to emerge and be some pretty good quarterbacks or some good quarterbacks. I think they got a lot of potential, and the weapons they got added around their team, and with the way their roster got restructured, and they added more pieces to the teams. Because last year they was kind of playing with a little scarce depth, but this year they got a lot of depth. You see all those teams. You look at the acquisitions they got. You see more getting brought to the Bears. You see the Bears also bolster their defense up with Edmonds and bringing in, drafting O-linemen as well for the offensive line. And then you see what the Falcons did with Desmond Ridder, bringing in a running back like Bijan Robinson. Drake London is already there. They're going to build that chemistry up with him and Drake London. Drake London, pretty solid receiver too as well. Has potential to be good. He's like 6'4", 6'5", and you already got Kyle Pitts there as well. And then you see what the Steelers did with Kenny Pickett, bringing in Allen Robinson to add with GP and Deontay, drafting Donald Washington, fixing the O-line. So all these quarterbacks kind of got a bolstered rosters, and they kind of got the pieces they needed. So we're going to see them kind of emerge. In my opinion, I think all three of them are going to emerge and be some pretty good quarterbacks. But that's what I got to say about the Falcons. The Falcons got a bright future ahead of them, and they should be going out there and shining. But some things I want to see in preseason, on the last preseason game and the game preview, I got on my list. I want to see JPJ, go out there and at least play one half and see him give more, because I know a lot of the starters are going to be kind of benched, and JPJ is the third quarterback on the depth chart, and he'll be rotating in. Probably Levi Wallace and Patrick Peterson will be rotating them all around. So I want to see JPJ get some more reps. We've seen the interception last week that he had. That was nice, being patient. The Bills targeted him early on, because like he first got in the game, and he threw the ball Diggs a few times, and he was patient. And when Barkley got in the game and played quarterback, I think Barkley threw like three picks. I think, yeah, 3 picks, and he had 4 turnovers total. But JPJ was waiting, he was patient, and he jumped up and picked the ball off. But I want to see JPJ play at one half. I also want to see Nate Herbig play a half as well. Herbig is very relentless. We're seeing him just emerge and play better and better. Relentless, hunting down the quarterback. The strip sack he had last week. He had 2 sacks the first week. He just plays with a high motor, and he doesn't give up on plays. And you love to see that. Have a guy, because there's a lot of players in the league, you watch it, who give up before the whistle even blown. But Herbig, he'll play to that whistle, and he'll keep playing. He'll keep being a driving force. He'll be relentless, and he will not stop until he make a play. And I love that about him. He's going to be very big piece and a big key to this year's defense. TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith, we know what they're going to do. They're very good guys. They're going to go out there and shine. But also the other guys, Herbig and Golden, I think those guys are going to have a lot to say as well, to do something in the mix as well to help this defense get even better. I also want to see more consistency from the running back group after Najee and Warren. Because, Najee and Warren was likely not going to play, I don't think, this game. Well, I think Najee's not going to play this game, but Warren might play this game a little bit. But Najee and Warren, we know what they are. We know what Najee is. Najee's a Pro Bowl running back. I believe they said it was a stat because they ranked them in top 10. They ranked them a 10th running back, best running back in the league. Maurice Jones-Drew running back list earlier today. And they said Najee accounted for 40.8% of the scrimmage yards over the past few seasons for the Steelers, which is a lot. It's almost half the yardage. And they said Najee is also, over the past 2 seasons, the touches and the attempts has been, I think, either tied first or up there with first. But Najee basically saying Najee has been the driving force for the Steelers offense. All the yardage and the positive yardage. So he's been the Steelers offense. If you look at the games, you know, when Najee get the ball in his hands, he goes crazy. On his year one, we've seen him. He had 10 plus touchdowns. He had about 1,700 scrimmage yards. And then year two, had 1,000 yards on the ground. They had about 400 yards in the air, 3 receiving touchdowns, 7 rushing touchdowns. He had 10 touchdowns again. He has scored 20 touchdowns over the past 2 years and had over 2,000 plus yards on the ground over the past 2 years, and in the air almost 1,000 yards, I think, or is 1,000 yards in the air. So he's been playing some very good football, and he's been a driving force for the team. So we know what Najee Harris is. He's a Pro Bowler. He's very prolific, very good. And Jaylen Warren has shown us a lot as well. He's showing explosiveness. He's showing us elusiveness, and hopefully get more touches and more looks. We had that 1-2 punch, that two-headed monster with Najee and Warren. That'd be amazing. But I want to see more consistency from the other running backs, from Anthony McFarland. I want to see more consistency from McFarland. It was Coulon. It was a lot of them guys back there, Bale, and etc. Because last week, besides the Jaylen Warren run, really got stuffed a lot. A lot of negative yardage. Anthony McFarland wasn't really hitting the gap right, hitting the holes right. He was cutting back into the contact instead of just going straight, trying to dance too much behind the line, instead of just going through the gap and using his speed and elusiveness and explosiveness to get out there and make plays. So I want to see more consistency from the running back group in this game right here. I also want to see Darnell Washington get more involved in the air, in the offense. I know he's been blocking well, doing a very good job blocking. We've seen him get some looks in the red zone last week, in the end zone actually last week, when he had a jump ball thrown to him, but it was 2 PIs that was called. But I want to see him get utilized a lot more in this game right here, and just to kind of mix it in, because we got some good tight ends. We got Pat Freiermuth as a starter, Darnell Washington out there as well, Zach Gentry, and then Connor Hayward is versatile. He can be he's like a fullback. He's a fullback, tight end type hybrid, or he is like that. He's very versatile. I used to love when the Steelers did use the fullback a lot. We had Roosevelt Nix here, who was a Pro Bowler fullback, and then running game, he helped out a lot. I like the way the 49ers do it with Kyle Juszczyk. He does a lot in the backfield for them. If you might look at the stat sheet and might say, he ain't really doing too much. He got a few carries here and there, but Kyle Juszczyk, his blocking and his intelligence out there, his pass blocking and his run blocking, he does a lot for the 49ers, and he's very good for them. So maybe Connor Hayward might be a little using that role too as a fullback, because he can catch the ball too as well, and kind of mix him in different spots. I know you're gonna probably put him out wide. They're gonna put him inside as a tight end, of course. They're gonna put him as fullback most likely, and just mix it up and see different plays and give him some handoffs like we did last year. They gave him the little sweep handoff. Connor Hayward is very versatile. He can put him in different spots. I think I switch Army knife, and my laptop has just failed, but it's like a switch Army knife, and you can put him in different spots. But I just want to see a lot of Darnell. That's what see Darnell Washington get a lot more looks in the air, looks in the air down the field, because he's a big body. And if you watch the game last week and you see him line up wide, he's 6'7", 270 pounds, 280 pounds, basically like LeBron out there. And you see him line up wide against the cornerback. It's a super mismatch. If we can find a way to get him more, he can get a little more loose, because he's kind of a stiff type of route runner, but he can just go up there and get the ball. I ain't saying he can be like Antonio Gates, but he has that same build. Antonio Gates is one of my favorite tight ends to watch. He was a touchdown machine, the most touchdowns by a tight end in NFL history. No matter what happened, you can just throw the ball up to Antonio Gates. He just come down with it. Antonio Gates was amazing. He's was a power forward out there, just getting a rebound. So hopefully Darnell Washington can emerge to something similar to that play style. But that's all I got for the video today, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys want to see in this preseason game. And I hope you guys tune in for the game review, the live edition of the game review, after the game goes off, right after it. But I'll see you guys on Thursday. Peace out.